30 seconds and counting. Astronauts report it feels good. T-minus 25 seconds. 20 seconds and counting. T-minus 15 seconds. Guidance is internal. 12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32 minutes.
Is there anybody out there that wants to roll? And is there anybody out there that wants to boogie? Tonight, live from the Apollo, Glasgow.
Well, if you're looking for trouble, I'm the man to see. If you're looking for satisfaction, the satisfaction guaranteed. I'm as cool as a body on ice. Out to them the rolling dice. Send you to heaven, or take you to hell.
Welcome to Glasgow Apollo Live with Scott and Andy.
Only just. Welcome to Glasgow Apollo Live with Scott and Andy.
Been for hours, mate. What are you talking about?
Lincoln Neck. Talk about busy. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Glasgow Apollo Live with me, Scott MacArthur.
And me, Andy Muir. Live.
How are you?
In front of you. Not live of your naked, steaming eyes.
Oh my God, he's in a poetic mood this week. Oh Jesus. Yeah, well. Welcome to the show, everybody. Thanks very much for the feedback from last week's show when Danny Hines joined us. It went down really well. Danny's a lovely fella, and it was really nice to hear some first-hand stories about what it was like to actually be on the stage. And I liked all the wee bits in between as well, the music industry stories that Danny told us. So it was great. I hope you're going to join tonight. Danny, I hope you're there. I just heard Danny's just released a new album, solo album, and he's done a copy of is it Gangbang? You know, the Alex Harvey cover. He covered it as well, didn't he? But he did a really good version of it. Really was quite impressed with it. I probably got the name wrong, but it's really good. So well done, Danny. It was brilliant having you on the show. This week we have some music. We have a load of stuff. The website, Andy will tell us in a minute, but the website, Facebook group's been really busy. And personally, thank you very much for all the comments on that post I put on today. About Edinburgh and about Meatloaf and all that sort of stuff. So that was amazing. There's been over 100 things on there. It's been mad.
I nearly deleted that because it had Edinburgh in it.
It was half Edinburgh and half Glasgow. It was a kind of...
Yeah, I was like, what? This is not Apollo related. I'm taking this off.
Halfway down, it gets to Apollo. It had to set the context. Anyway, thanks for the feedback, apart from Andy.
It was a good post. Yeah, it was a good post.
If you've not joined us before, God help you. But please let us know where you're tuning in from. If you've never joined us before, stick it in the chat. And if you go to the top of the Facebook group, pinned right at the very top, you'll see there's a little link that you can hit to make sure your name comes up on the show. I know everybody gets sick of me saying it, but it's still cool that it comes up. Yes.
Is it https://chat.restream.io/FB?
That's the one.
Okay, I'll put that in the chat then.
Well done. But so it just helps because you want your name up. Like here's Jared Kenny. Like there you go. This is what we want, right? Hi boys, good to see you tonight. How you doing, mate? Nice to see you. That's exactly what we want. It does look like it's working better because all the names are coming up, which is terrific. Let's just see who we've got in already. And got Dave in, Dave Wilson. Hello, Dave. How you doing? Let the mayhem commence. Yeah, absolutely. Quite a lot to remember tonight. Not going to do very well.
There's no commencement.
Tony's in. Hello, Tony. Hello, music lovers, and Scott and Andy. Thanks very much. He's the one that likes the king of rock and roll or the voice of rock, not me.
I like the voice of rock, mate.
I know you like him.
I like Glenn Hughes as well.
Paul Rogers and Dio. Yeah.
Paul Rogers,
Even
that's
boys-
what I was.
That's exactly what I know. Psychic. Doug's in. Hello, Doug. Doug was going to have some music you'd have liked on tonight, but unfortunately ran out of time. Derek. Hello, Derek. How you doing?
We were going to do lots of stuff for you, Doug, but
It was going to be really busy tonight, but we ran out of time. Well, there's a lot to talk about now. Come on, don't witter. Come on, let me. Oh, here's one. That's Boots, isn't it? He's consistent. Gabba Gabba Hey. That's the sort of level of punk lyrics, isn't it? It's really good. Well done,
hey,
Boots.
come on now. Come on.
We're going to have a punk show soon, right?
Gabba, gabba, hey. Gabba,
It almost
gabba,
happened.
hey.
It almost
The
happened tonight.
Ramones
I like
from,
the Ramones.
Ramones from the Apollo.
Yeah.
And the crowd were shouting, Gabba, gabba, hey. Gabba, gabba, hey. It's quite funny. It's good. It's very good. It's on their live album. They got a live album.
Yes.
From the Apollo.
It's pretty good.
Recorded 2 days,
At the
2 or
Apollo.
3 days before the Hammersmith.
It's 5 minutes long, and there's about 30 songs on it.
Oh, mate.
Ian
I was
Bamford.
surprised. I was surprised at the amount of songs on it.
Derek, very good, Derek. Hey ho, let's go. Yeah. Right. And then there you go. Is Cliff the voice of rock?
Is Cliff? Is that some kind of geological joke there?
Go at the top of the class and jump off.
Yeah.
Cheryl, good evening. Nice to see you here. So, what you been listening to this week?
Oh,
What
mate, I'll
horrors
tell
have
you.
been listening to? You, yeah.
The horrors. I've not been listening to horrors. I've listened to Commander Cody.
Oh, right. He's back on the.
I listened to Charlie Pride. Very, very good. I listened to Robin Trower.
You can't give it up, can you? You cannot give it up.
Bruce
We're not meant to be doing that anymore. You
Samson.
can't stop.
Victims of the Fury. I listened to that. That was Robin Trower. Utopia, excellent. I loved it.
They're good.
Rap
I like
album.
Utopia. Yeah, they're
Brilliant
cool.
album. I loved
Yeah,
it.
good album.
And I listened to Bartley James Harvest. Not as bad as I thought.
They're all right. They're all
They're
right.
all right.
Quite
They
right.
did this song. They do this song called Titles, and it's all Beatles songs. Titles.
All right. Right.
I was halfway through. I'm going, hey, wait a minute. These are all Beatles songs.
Yes.
Bebop Deluxe live album. I didn't listen to it all because it was 5 hours long. It was 4
Jeez.
gigs, I think. Leo Kottke guy. Leo Kottke.
He's amazing. He's amazing.
Jethro Tull. Listen to him.
Yeah. God. Well, I've been
That's it.
very, very prog this week.
Me
I've been-
too. Jethro Tull. There you go.
Jethro Tull. I never really put them in the same bracket. I don't know. A lot of folk, like, you know, everybody talks about Aqualung. I think it's quite a weak album. I think it's as good as the other. Anyway, but I've been listening to Frost, who I love. Frost with the wee Asterix. Great band.
Is it like a snowflake?
Aye, that is exactly that. A wee Asterix, yeah.
Yeah.
And Marillion have a new single out today called Murder Machine, which is really rather good. If you've not heard it, guys, have a look. And then I was listening to the absolute nutter that is the guy behind that. I can never get the name right. Is it Arion, whatever they're called? Who's the guy that does rock operas? Lincoln Eck. No, it's. I tell you what. I mean, I'm not sure I like it all the time.
Okay.
But the quality of the singers and
I'll rate that.
the musicians that he has is just something to behold. So I'll be who's that? Look, this will be Boots. Look, Murder. Oh, it's Derek. You should know better, Derek. Go and listen to it. It's bloody brilliant.
What's it called? Arion.
What, the Marillion one or the Arion one? What are you talking
about? Yeah, the Arion. How do you spell that?
It's Ayeon, and it's a guy called I think it's Arkin Lucassen, who's the guy behind it, and he's unbelievable. I mean, just in one song you'll have 5 of the best singers you've ever heard in your life singing. You know, it is absolutely brilliant. Right, stop the Marillion abuse, or I'll ban you. Right,
ban hammer.
Get them off. But it's very, very good. Just give it a listen. It is a bit depressing. You watch the video and they're all like pensioners now. It does get you a wee bit between the eyes and you go,
Don't say it. Pensioners.
Don't say it. So yeah, that's been mine. So it's been quite good. I've quite enjoyed it, and I posted one of two Stuart Campbell's pictures. I don't know if you saw them, Andy.
I did.
There was the
Whitesnake.
Whitesnake before they became Shitesnake. This one went down really well. Isn't that a brilliant picture? It's just
It's
magic.
Good picture.
It's a
Looks
really
a bit like
good
a lion now.
Like a what? Sorry?
A lion.
He does, doesn't he? Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just.
And it's wee Bernie.
I know Bernie's brilliant, isn't he? Absolutely brilliant. So
Paisley.
yeah, that was fantastic. And then the other one I posted was one of the Polis. This one. And a couple of folk reckon that's them down in that right hand corner. But that was interesting, that gig, because that was the seats weren't allocated for that gig back in '79. Which I don't think. Do you know of another one? I can't think of. You could argue they were never allocated, couldn't you? But
You could.
yeah, but I don't know. Maybe somebody else has been to one that was unallocated. But I remember remember the wine tea and the girls' school gigs. I mean, we did buy tickets, but there was nobody there, was there? So you could go anywhere you like.
You could just wander around.
Yeah, but anyway, it was good. Great to get the feedback, guys. I really appreciate it. That was really cool. That was really cool. So, what we normally do at this point is we do this wee bit that Andy seems to be dead keen on, that we go through this list. So what we're going to do, Andy, I'm going to try and pull you back. Try and pull you back. Right.
What we do this week, and then you go these gigs. You go and diss it, and then you do it.
Of course, we can't ignore it because you put it all out in the group, and you've been talking. So, of all those, what one would you have wished to go to? What's the one of them you'd like to have been? Don't say them all. Robin Trower. Why Robin Trower?
Because I like Jimmy Dure, the singer and the bass player. He's
good singer. Yeah, good singer.
As good. Well, I mean, this is big coming from me, but he's as good as Paul Rodgers, I think.
Bloody hell! What was his name again? James
Dure, Scottish, brilliant singer, amazing bass player, good bass player. I don't know if he'd been in another band, maybe he would have been super. He died young,
Another one,
but he's very good. I love the album's pretty good, but it's weird because the album's 40, that's less than 40 minutes long, and it's. All the songs seem to tail off. It's like they're just tailing off for a jam at the end. Yeah.
Ah, right. Okay. Yeah.
Brilliant song. Brilliant singer. Great singer. Really good. I think he was in Stone the Crows. So.
Oh, was he? I see. I should have known that, shouldn't I?
Right. You should have known that.
Should have known that.
Down to the bottom of the class, mate.
Yeah. It was always.
No, you can't have everything. You can't know everything. Obviously, you can't know everything. Yeah. From Paisley. Yes, here's Derek McAdam, keeping us right. The man who knows everything.
As always. Another Paisley boy.
Yeah.
Right.
And was it Lulu's band? Yeah.
What's this they're saying?
No, I like them.
How many times did Samson play the Apollo? Liam, look up on the website, man.
www.glasgowapollo.com.
Off the top of my head, probably 4 times. That sound about right?
I think it was maybe 5 or 6.
Was it? Right. Okay. I mean, we should know this by now. We've been through it so many times. But anyway, no, so I think for me, if I was choosing one of them, I get where you're coming from, Liam, with Samson. Probably the Jethro Tull gig, but not to see Jethro Tull. I've never seen Leah Kotke and I remember when I first can't say his name, but I remember when I first came across him. My God, what a guitar player he is! Unbelievable. Yeah. I mean, very clever, and I kind of I don't know if it's right, but well, I don't really care if it's right. I think it's right. He kind of was in that almost the John Martin, some of the stuff, the John Martin all the tapping stuff John Martin did when he did all the wrong tunings and he puts things in the frets. Leo did that without putting anything in the frets. He was just bizarre how he played. Fantastic.
He's a fantastic player. My mate Steve here, he's trying to learn some Leo Kottke, and he's got an app that slows the track down, that keeps the tuning correct. Yeah, he's gone. I can't quite hear what he. Yeah, he's a long. It's a hard guy to play.
Yeah,
he's good. As you watch some of his stuff on YouTube, he's an entertaining guy.
Yeah,
he's entertaining, and he when he was younger, he was so fast on guitar, but he slowed down a bit, but he's still skillful, very skillful.
Is he still alive, Andy?
Yeah.
Is he? Oh, right.
Yep, still alive.
Because I remember when I first heard of him, I was listening to, I might have said this before, there was a young classical, I went to see Segovia, the great classical guitarist, at the King's Theatre in Edinburgh, just at Lochran Place. If you remember where I used to live, just at Lochran Place there, where Goldberg's used to be. And on came this young lad as a support act, and his name's just come out of my head, Paul somebody, and it was amazing. He had an Iron Maiden t-shirt on and a big cushion, Paul Galbraith, and they put the cushion down on the ground, and there's all these people there to see, one of the greatest guitarists of all time. And he sat down and he crossed his legs, got the guitar up like this, he played it right up like this, right, and he started to play Iron Maiden songs, but in a classical way.
Right.
And the whole place was going, what is he doing? And I always thought that the likes of him and Leo were just in a different, I guess this is before Malmsteen and all these other guys appeared, all these twiddly guys who are too twiddly for me. But anyway, yeah.
So Leo's tuneful. He does tunes.
Yeah. And Bond's given it a balanced perspective. Wouldn't he open my curtains for the lot of them?
For a lot of, yeah. I'm pretty sure that Charlie Pride's not. It's more like Mother's Pride for Bond, isn't it?
So, anyway, that's that. We're not doing any more than that.
I also enjoyed listening to Commander Cody and the Lost Planet Airmen. I love that. They're very good. Quite funny country band. Good. What?
Ladies and gentlemen, if you can watch the third show, you'll hear Andy saying exactly the same thing.
Mate, and I also shut up. And I also don't tell me about saying the same thing to you. Right? Someone on it's relevant because someone on the Facebook group was there, and they said there was only a few hundred, maybe 300 people there. But they said it was a very entertaining and intimate show. So looking them up. Yeah. They're good. The guy was I think the singer died last year, I think. So he's a young man. I'm stumped for words now. I don't know what to talk about. Oh yeah, Todd Rundgren. I loved that album. I mean, I loved all the bands on there. Apart from Peter's Lee, Bobby Crush. I didn't listen to them. Bobby Crush, my God. Here we get. I'm getting accused of being in Edinburgh for too long, and Jared's saying it's got to be Sidney Devine. Oh God. Anyway, I think we should move on. Let's have a look at the socials. Why don't we have a look at the social? I think that's pretty much more interesting. Well, it feels like it's been an absolutely amazing week. Do the numbers back that up? It's been unbelievable. The numbers are always good. I like seeing it. There's been nearly 2,000 comments, so that's good. 6,972 active users in the last week, and yeah, that's good. We had. It's about maybe 70 new members now because I added some this morning. So 70 72 members. Thank you very much for joining.
Fantastic.
Hope you're not too disappointed. There's 57,000 views of the group, which is amazing, and there's 10,000. Let's say 10,900 people in this group now.
Absolutely incredible.
Great. And there was some great posts. Derek saying there's some great posts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think some of the best ones I've seen, actually. I mean, we've got a couple of artifacts ones that we'll come back to. I still, I mean, I'm repeating myself. Here you go, Andy. We told the story last week about the guy who was in the fire brigade, and if you didn't hear it, he in 1987 when the place went on fire, he couldn't help when he was standing on the stage and the place was burning down. He couldn't help doing a bit of air guitar with his mate. And I think that to me, just what a brilliant story. Brilliant story.
Place is on fire. The ultimate stage set.
Absolutely.
Theatre's burning down and you're ripping out a solo.
Yeah. And did you see the other one I thought was really good? There was, again, forgive me, I didn't have time to write your names down, but one chap said him and his mate were talking to Captain Beefheart. Did you see this one? And Captain Beefheart said to his mate, I like your shoes. They look like they would fit me. So they swapped shoes. So his mate went home with Captain Beefheart's shoes on. I think it's absolutely fantastic.
I didn't see that. No, I didn't see that.
It's a real beauty. I mean, I'm going to start writing these down in a little file because I know we've got loads and loads and hundreds of stories, but there are some of these are just comedic genius. They really are comedic genius.
That is pretty funny. Like they look like they'd fit me.
Can I have them? Yeah.
Someone's your feet look like the size as me. I wouldn't do it. What?
Absolutely brilliant. But somebody's saying, sorry, I can't see who it is, but somebody said some of the posts make me shed a tear for nostalgia. That wasn't there for me. Yeah.
That's James.
Was it James?
Yeah.
Hello, James. It is a bit like that.
Yeah.
I can't see his
name.
What you're saying. Yeah. But I think that's something that I don't know whether it's because of COVID or whatever. I don't know about you, Andy, but I've been feeling a bit of that as well. Reading some of the stories because I don't know why, but in the last few weeks, this is not scientific, but I've noticed people writing more chunkier stories. Yeah. A bit more about what they did and who they saw and who they didn't see. And then there's been a couple of fallouts I've noticed with people who used to know each other and didn't like each other and still don't like each other, which I think is quite funny.
I know, I didn't. I thought someone said, I don't know. Someone said, oh, you're friend on Facebook. And the guy said, yeah, what? And? I didn't understand the backstory there. So
yes. Yeah, but it's very funny and it is quite poignant. And the other thing that I enjoy, and there's been a few of it, and we're going to talk about him in a minute or two, the chap William, who's doing the 3D model. It's been really interesting that everybody's been, thank you, by the way, for everybody helping him. It's been amazing. And I'm sure he'll thank you himself because he's going to come on the show in a couple of weeks, we hope. But everybody's been chipping in saying, no, it wasn't like that, and it wasn't like this, and it was like this. And I think that's really interesting because, I mean, if you look at the effort that's going in, this is one of the pictures. I'll take that caption off, sorry.
This one, is that new?
It's quite simple. This is one of the ones where the ticket office and stuff was.
Yeah.
He's got the level of detail that William's getting into. William, if you're watching, man, amazing. And everybody's helping him, and it's quite fascinating watching everybody, trying to remember, what was actually there. I mean, I did it myself. I was when I wrote that thing I wrote earlier, I talked about walking up the stairs, and I was sitting in a local pub doing it, and I'm thinking, was the ticket office to the right? Because I remember going up the stairs, and I might be completely wrong, but I mean, I remember because I don't trust myself anymore. You go up the stairs and then turning right, and it was there in the corner, wasn't that right?
I seem to think it was there, but I saw someone, I think it was Wally Pope, said, yeah, it was right in the middle when you walk in. So I always felt it was you, but maybe it was different. I don't know. But
Oh, it wasn't in the middle. You did turn right. So maybe it used to be, because Willie's not often wrong with these things. So maybe it used to be at the top of the stairs, but certainly when I was going in the 80s, it was over to the right. I'm sure it was. I'm not certain.
When you say you mean coming up from the street into the...
Aye, yeah, mate. Yeah. Up the stairs on the right, definitely somebody's saying, well, I hope you're right. I'm not sure I trust myself. All right. Oh, hello. But anyway, so they were good. And the other thing that...
They're excellent. I'm totally looking forward to going inside and having a look around.
Oh, yeah. It's brilliant. Amazing. And as I said earlier, the amount of effort has been absolutely superb, and it's so appreciated by us. It's just terrific, and I hope everybody...
Amazing. Well done, William.
William, you're doing a great job. So the next thing, now we haven't done this for a couple of weeks, mate, but this week seems to be a bit different for some reason. I don't know why, but it just seemed to come, stuff just started to appear. But just before we get into this, something else that I forgot to mention earlier on the Facebook group. Do you remember Andy and I were telling you all about the fact we were getting, blocked by Facebooks and by the YouTubes? Well, I queried it, Andy. Remember I told you I challenged it?
Yeah.
You won the challenge, mate.
Oh, cool. What was it?
We did. Don't know. All I said was that it was fair use. We're promoting the bands. We're not making any money off the bands. It's unofficial record. I thought it was a mistake when I said that, to be honest, but unofficial recordings. Came back yesterday. You've won your appeal, which is terrific news. So having two bits of music tonight. On the bits and pieces thing, this week we've had over the years, we've had, a few of these bits and bobs have come in. And John Henry was the one that really sparked the idea, because he had all the matchboxes and stuff. It is excellent news. Yeah, it really is excellent news. We're really chuffed about it. And but this week we got a couple of crackers. Now there was what I really enjoyed. I mean, Andy's got one of these, but we had a couple of people sent these things in, and this one was from the Snell Council concert, the very last gig in June '85, and it was Francis Meehan that sent that in. And but the other one, I mean, this is outrageous. This one, look at that. This is Gordon Ferguson, who knocked this off in the stalls at the Blondie gig in 1979, the famous one that was on the Old Grey Whistle Test at Christmas in 1979. Isn't that brilliant?
Yeah, I think it's excellent.
It's really cool.
What does the plaque say? Glasgow Apollo Theatre. Yes.
73 to 80. I am so jealous. Now, Andy tells me he's got two of these in his loft back in Scotland, so I know where his house is. So I'm breaking in next week when I go up to Scotland, try and find them, because I think they're brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So thanks very much, Francis and Gordon. These are great. And I have told the story before, but there was I remember in Sauchiehall Street there was a hairdresser that had one of these, and he had it mounted as well. He had it vertical, and it was in a glass dome. And it was a Glasgow Apollo. And the other thing that was good about these was that the colour. See the colour? A lot of folk have responded, wait a minute, the stalls weren't that colour. Well, I think they were.
They were. Yeah.
But the one of the same colour was upstairs, though, were they? That was the other thing. There's been dialogue about that as well. But
I think the one I've got was, I mean, I haven't seen it for 20 years or something, but
yeah,
it was blue cord, thick cord, I think. Seems to be like that. It feels like that in my head. Blue thick cord. I don't know. Could be, might not be. But I've got one like that, I think. Yeah. Didn't break it off. It was just lying there. In your hand. Just lying there.
Yeah.
Detritus. Yeah.
And yeah, they do get a bit discoloured, I'm sure, but and people are saying well done about the appeal thing. Thank you, folks. And Boots has added in his usual style here. Can we have the Quo shaky double bill? No. But Yeah, so this sort of stuff is great because it just sparks memories. Somebody said on Facebook the other day that, and it links to what somebody said about memories come flooding back. When you see these artifacts, it's amazing the effect it has. It just helps you remember, and it's how somebody asked me yesterday how about writing these stories I've been writing, and it's exactly how I do it. I've got a crap memory, but what I've got a good sort of brain for is digging into things and finding stuff. It's not always right, but when I get an artifact like that, it just helps me remember. And you know what I'd like to do to both of those arms, mate? I'd like to smell them.
No, you wouldn't.
I bet they've been cleaned right enough, but
I wouldn't.
I think I'd like to
Get them
smell
clean
them.
first. Get them clean first,
Yeah.
mate. Weirdo.
So, another thing that I just wanted to, there was another person who put up a bit about Quo. I think it might have been you actually, Andy, about the 77 Quo gigs that became the album. And somebody said,
No,
does anybody remember the sticker? Well, there's the Quo album, and there's the sticker. Yeah,
no, that guy was saying I think the guy was saying, yeah, that's a good poster. You should scan that, mate, and send it to me so I can.
Oh, aye, for one of your magnificent T-shirts. But this was given to me by the guys at Talisman Films when they made the documentary, which you've probably seen, folks. We've broadcast it a few times. When they made the film with Alvin Stardust, they went up into the building, up to the offices up higher up that we've all been talking about with Williams 3D model, and there was all these things lying in bundles. So on their website, they've got like tickets that weren't used and all sorts of stuff like that they found that day. And that reminded me of another thing. Somebody was talking about the police show the unreserved thing, and how most folk got there on word of mouth. They just started to queue up and got in. And somebody said that they actually had Tangerine Dream tickets, that they scored Tangerine Dream out and put the police on it, which I thought was quite cool. And I've never seen that. I mean, I've seen the little tickets the bouncers used to, remember those little, Derek had one or two of them, didn't he?
Bingo.
Bingo tickets, yeah. They used to use those, but yeah, quite cool. So yeah, it was great.
But I think they also had blanks where they could just fill in
the
details. Yeah.
I'm getting some abuse here for
back stalls. Yeah.
I'd like to. All right, okay. Thanks, James. That's that. We can release that to the press if you like. Scott MacArthur says. Yeah, the body odor will be reeking. Yeah, it was. I'm sure it was absolutely disgusting. And then Doug's saying hi, Doug. The screen captures from the Apollo account to document. Yeah, they're in the they're all over the Facebook group at the moment. Somebody's been screen grabbing bits and pieces from the documentary. Is it Doug that's been doing it himself? Is it?
Yeah.
I didn't think it was Doug that was doing it. Right, okay. And then Raymond has said, "Well done, Scott. This is about the winning that little YouTube thing. Do you fancy handling my divorce settlement?" No. No. It was.
I hope that's a joke, mate.
Me too. Me too. Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, that's the bits and pieces, and I think it's great that we're still getting these things in. And as I said once before, again, there is somebody in this part of the Cotswolds has apparently got one of the exit signs, so I'm still looking for that. I know who's got it, but it's
I read a tale last night on one of the posts that said this guy had what was the gig? It was a gig that I wouldn't have thought there would have been a lot of fighting, but there was a big fight, and the guy said that the row sort of disintegrated in front of him,
right?
And he lost his chair. His chair was thrown away, and then he got it back. He brought his chair back and sat down, sort of thing, and then he took it home. His dad was giving him. His dad was picking him up from somewhere in town, and he had a chair outside. You know, he just walked out with the chair. It wasn't even the last gig or anything. It wasn't like that. And his dad said, "No, mate, you're not bringing that in here." So he dumped it. He left it on Renfield Street.
Did he? Like, brilliant. Jeez, well.
His dad said, "No, there'd be all fleas and everything in there. Get that out of my car." So.
Yes, dearie me. I'd love one of these things. Doug Forrest over in the States is saying, "I want to know what happened to the main Apollo sign over the front doors." Yeah, me too. Me too. I can't imagine nobody tried to nick it. Can't imagine it.
Probably just smashed it. I bet you just smashed it all to pieces.
Well, I like to think there's like a, like some sort of Alice in Wonderland thing where you can go and there's all these relics from the Apollo, hidden in this magical garage. But I know, but just let me believe that. I mean, I would. It would be fantastic. It really would be fantastic. Anyway, so there was another couple of things that I just wanted that came up as well, that mainly from the professor. But these two of these things, I hadn't seen that Ronnie Van Zant picture with his dad. That's the picture on the right.
That was a mad wee story about that too.
Can you remember it?
Oh no, well, I think there was a party back at the hotel and someone chucked a bottle of Jack Daniels through the window of the hotel or something, I think. Yeah. What's this? I didn't see a Jackson's poster. All right.
Well, I hadn't seen that before either. And somebody said on the chat that it was amazing hearing Michael singing. Is it Ben, that song, isn't it? It's that lovely song that he had back in the Jackson days. So I cannot believe there are no photographs or no recordings of that gig. I mean, how could you have the Jacksons at the peak of the sort of pop pomp and not record it? I mean, what? I don't understand it. It's like you'd think would be awash with recordings of the David Soul gig and the sort of the big pop gigs, but they're just not there. I mean, I know Jack and the guys over at Rescue Recordings this week put up the OMD gig, which I think most of us have heard. I don't think it's great, to be honest. But
on Monday there's a Human League gig as well.
Aye, no, I haven't heard that. I think I heard a bit of it once, but I haven't listened to it properly. But just in case, sorry again, if you're new and you haven't heard, you don't know what I'm talking about. Sorry, Rescue Recordings is a wee sister site over on Facebook, and it's run by Jack and the guys. And it's amazing. So we highly recommend that to you if you've never seen it before. It's just terrific. Absolutely terrific. So how about we have some music, mate? Do you fancy some music? I fancy some music. I quite like to listen to music. Right. Before I do that though, just to remind everybody about the get together. Now I wrote to and called Lauders this week and I haven't had a response yet, but we've asked them to reserve the 17th of June 2022 for our get together. Now your tickets will be valid from there's 70 tickets sold, so we want to make sure everybody's comfortable with that. If you can't make it, once we confirm it, I can't confirm it yet because I've not come back to confirm it with me yet. But the minute it's confirmed, if you have a look at your diary and you can't make it, let me know and I will return your money right away because I don't want folk feeling that we're nicking money off them. So that's happening. Hopefully on the 17th of June. If not, it'll either be the week before or the week after. I hope. But it's all a wee bit up in the air at the moment still. These people are busy, they're trying to make a living, so we just need to wait and see when they get back to you. I think her name's Jackie. She's very nice actually, and Bon, one of the guys, our social convener, ended up having did really well with her, so hopefully we can get that rocking. So the piece of music we're going to play now, originally there was some quite unusual music this week that we hadn't had on the show before, the Human League being one of them. But unfortunately, I just didn't have time because I've got to edit these things a wee bit, and I didn't have it takes about 20 minutes to half an hour to edit them. Didn't have the time. And also, I don't know the music particularly well, so I'd probably play the wrong track, Andy? You're always accusing me of doing that. The least favourite track.
Well, there is that.
But given all the love there was today for Whitesnake before there was Whitesnake, I thought I'd play some Whitesnake because, one, I love these gigs, and they were certainly some of the biggest gigs in my life as a kid. And I think it was Bon said earlier that the Donington gig in '83 was at a different level. Absolutely, Bon. From my memory, that was probably certainly the best gig I was at in the 80s and 90s. It was an amazing gig, and the Apollo gigs were good as well. And they're really raw. So this is one of the it's a cover version, isn't it? But it's one of the classic songs by Big Dave and Mickey Moody and the guys playing guitar in the background. Actually, I think it's from '84, so it won't be Mickey Moody, it'll be John Sykes and co. But anyway, this is Whitesnake with the song that certainly the rock fans, that was probably the most famous song that they've ever played, and it's Ain't No Love in the Heart of the City.
Oh, baby,
Sure is a pity. There ain't no love somewhere around, baby, since you've been. Whoa, baby. Baby, in the heart of town, no, no, no. There ain't no love, so love is a pity. There ain't no love, showing around. Get this. Every place I go, where it seems so strange, not your love, baby, baby, things have changed. You know the sun don't shine from the city hall to the county line, and that's why there ain't no love in the heart of the city. There ain't no love in the heart of town. There ain't no love, so there's a pity. Ain't no love, she went around, baby. Baby, I need your love. Every day of my life I need you. Every place I go, when it seems so strange, not your love, baby, baby, things have changed. Now that you go, you know the sun don't shine. The city hall to the county line, and that's why there ain't no love in the heart of the city. There ain't no love in the heart of town. There ain't no love, sure there's a pity. There ain't no love, it's swimming around. There ain't no love in the heart of the city. There ain't no love in the heart of town. There ain't no love, sure there's a pity. There ain't no love, swing around. Let me see it, let me hear it. Ain't no love in the heart of the city. There ain't no love in the heart of town. There ain't no love, sure there's a pity. There ain't no love. This is your song. Sing it. Let me hear you sing from your fucking soul. Ain't no love in the heart of the city. went wrong. 'Cause you went wrong. Baby, baby, baby. Cause you went around, no. Ain't no love, baby, no, no. Let's see it one more time.
That's not bad, is it?
That's amazing. I love it. That's a great one.
Absolutely
It's
fantastic.
good how they're actually in time.
Yes.
Instead of 1 and 3, they're on the 2 and the 4.
Yeah. Very, very good.
Great.
And
Dave
before Dave, what?
Dave sounds great.
Yeah, before his voice kind of went a bit, didn't it? But
Yeah.
he still struggled a wee bit at the end. He always did, and then he used to put that special effect on at the end just to try and get him to that note. Never quite got there. He did the very same at Donington. It was exactly the same, sounded virtually the same. But yeah, I love Fiona's comment there. So weird to think my wee voice is singing along somewhere in there, and that's brilliant. I love that. And Bond saying magic. It was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And there's a couple of folks saying about the rights piece. Mark was saying that he's had, if people saw that, and if you can see it, Andy, he's saying that he's had things like me where we I'll not fit all fit on the screen, but sometimes they go back in the word. Mark, it wouldn't surprise me. I'm just chuffed that at least I won one, you know. But I fully expect it to be given a warning again. But the good thing is, I think if you get your ban repealed, then they give you 3 strikes again before they ban you. So I think it's still a good thing to win an appeal, I think. But who knows? But and Cheryl's saying there, what a voice. I loved it. Yeah, it is fantastic.
Yeah.
What are you laughing at?
Something stupid, me.
And then I think there's Jared saying in the 80s in the ticket office was to the right, and on the night of the gigs in the middle. Right. Okay.
Can I show up? I'm going to see if I can. Can I show a picture here?
You can, mate. Yeah.
Oh, share screen. I don't know.
And if you're not saying about the voice at the end, that wee quaver. I mean, if you ever seen the video of the 83 Whitesnake at Donington, he actually burst into tears at that point in the song.
Right.
And you see him. I was really close to near the front at the time. I had like a bottle of cider on one shoulder, and I had a sort of a bag of buns and mothers. The folk were throwing shit everywhere. And I remember looking up at his face, and he looked like he was crying. And when you see the video, he's in tears. Such a shame that band.
Because everyone's shouting back at him.
It was just one of those. You know, when you get that at a gig, you get that incredible response from an audience. It's just amazing. So, it's and what's Derek saying?
So did I burst.
Cream buns says it was burger buns, I think it was James, but they're flying everywhere. It was mental. So anyway, so
I thought you just had them balanced there, like.
Oh no, yeah, absolutely.
Like the good angel and the bad angel.
Yeah,
the good angel and the bad angel.
Yeah, I remember coming home. Oh God, I remember Giza bun, as Fish would say. But Bond saying, I wish they would release that whole Donington set. Yeah, me too. And he's remastered and re-released because it is absolutely brilliant. Tony's asking, are you sure it was cider, mate? I was joking. It wasn't a cider. It was. I remember sitting on the bus with my mate Graham coming home that night, and oh God, the bus was stinking. And there was lassies honestly going up and down the bus God, I'd forgotten this. There was lassies walking up and down the bus with perfume, doing that above us all, because it was so stinking. So I don't think the kids of today would cope with that. They're all very well looked after these days. But so you're watching and listening to Glasgow Paul Live with me, Scott MacArthur,
and to me, Andy Muir.
A couple of things that I'm going to blow smoke up this boy's bum again, but thanks very much for everybody who's been buying these t-shirts this young man's been making. Andy, they are brilliant. Honestly.
Just got, if I send you some, can you put it on the screen?
Yeah, of course. I bang them over, put them on WhatsApp.
Put it on WhatsApp.
Yeah. But
well, it's a bit, as always, it's a bit stupid with me, but I just think this guy's wearing his t-shirt the wrong way around. You'll understand when I send you it. Where are you? There you are. There you are, and there you go. The magic of the internet is amazing.
It certainly is. I'll just put. So this is what, if you've not seen them before, this is what Andy's been making in the background. Right. Okay. Boots, you're gonna like this.
He's a senior gentleman, and he's just forgotten what he's wearing today.
What you like? Hang on. This is the sort of thing I would do, to be honest. In fact, I'm sure I'm getting out of the house looking like this. Wait to see this. This is brilliant.
Everyone's done it.
Yeah, there you go. I did it recently with shoes. I had two different shoes on. Look at this guy.
I got two different shoes.
I did.
My God, mate. That is distracted.
It was a bit. That's really good. That I like that.
Yeah.
That's
so
cool.
This guy, so I'm going to put these live on after make them alive after the show.
Brilliant.
Or I might do it in the morning. I don't know. Depends. Maybe do it. Yeah. So that one there is just a bit of a joke. He's just put his t-shirt on the backwards, back to front. Excellent. Back to front. He's got the front to back actually.
So, what have you made this week? That is AC/DC, you said, I think, wasn't it? And what else have you done?
I have. Oh, hold on.
Oh, send me the poster one, because the poster, I think he's been starting.
That was the poster.
I'm getting more abusive about fish. I'm going to mention fish every week. If you guys keep slagging me off, I'm going to be fish on every week. We'll finish every show with Grendel.
Do you mean the Todd Rundgren one?
Todd Rundgren, yeah. Can you send that one over? Because I was really impressed with that.
I can't.
Don't worry, it's all right. But
what I'm doing today, I'm going to do, I think, two ones, a Todd Rundgren and 3 Status Quo ones from the recording of the live album in 1976, and the Ramones, that one. Yeah, that poster one, and also the t-shirt one. The poster's nice. It took me a long time to do that.
I need to scan this for you.
What are you scanning? What are you sending me?
I'm on the Co-Live album.
Oh, I was thinking I might not. Yeah,
right.
That might be a bit tricky. Anyway, I don't bother. That's a bit tricky. That's too much for me. Right. Too much for my limited capabilities. I'm not scanning it and copying it. I'm actually doing it.
Yes, and you can tell because they're brilliant. I was on my way to the gym the other day, says Jared, with my slippers on. Excellent. And Derek's saying, great stuff, Andy. They're brilliant. They're fantastic. They're absolutely fantastic. Despite the fact I wrote in a post t-shirts last week.
Yeah, mate.
Right.
I see. That's what I said. That's like, I was thinking, Freudian slip. That's what he really means.
Yeah, but Freud was an idiot, so we don't need to worry about Freud. Anyway, so we're going to have another piece of music. Hold on. What's James saying here? Gerard, don't you mean your kippers on? Oh, God.
Are we off air, mate?
No, we're still on. Can still see them. Do you think we're being kicked off?
Well, my screen's not moving.
Well, I'm okay. It's still moving. And there's people. I can see people on. So, and we're still getting abuse from. Oh, we get a compliment from Boots. My t-shirt, and actually, Boots, you look cool in your t-shirt. It's really, really cool. the fish jokes are going now. Right, last piece of music this week. Now this is a guy that, well, I love him, Peter Gabriel, and one of the gigs, and we were talking about this on in the Facebook group earlier today. You know, don't regret the gigs you didn't miss, but I really do regret never seeing Peter Gabriel at this particular time in his career. So this is from 1983. Now, I don't know what this song is called. I had so little time earlier, I literally grabbed it and went, that'll do, and put it on, right? So Genesis fans, I'm sure you can tell if it's a Genesis song, or it sounds a bit more like a Peter Gabriel song to me, but I could be totally wrong. But this is the man, and I remember, I don't remember the guy's name, but there was a friend of ours called Ian who had another friend round the corner from him. We used to go and play pool at his house. You remember that guy near Fairy Hill? Do you remember the guy? He was older than us and he had lots of records. He was very middle class, we weren't. And he had all these. We used to go and play pool in his mum and dad's dining room, just round the corner for Smiler. Do you remember him? No.
Mackey, Ian Mackey.
Was that what his name was? Ian Mackey, was it? Right, okay. And I remember him telling us about a gig he was at, and he used to do it a lot, but he had a good memory, and he used to tell us about, he said the best gig ever was at the Glasgow Apollo was Peter Gabriel. So let's have a listen. I love the guy. Unfortunately, I'm not that familiar with this song, but I'm sure somebody will tell us. This is Peter Gabriel from back in 1983 at the Glasgow Apollo.
This was just a small ritual of the family and a fishing line.
What was that?
I'm sure if you're a Peter Gabriel fan, you loved it.
Gosh, I chose that because that bit near the end where it gets quite melodic, but I never listened to the rest of it. It's called The Family and the Fishing Net, and I thought that was really crap. I do love the guy. I love his voice. I love it when he goes in the high register, you know, and it cracks just that wee bit. But that was not, Fiona, quite the dirge. I'm with you, Fiona. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I think I should have listened to it a bit.
I was listening to the sound.
Yes,
it sounded quite good. The sound was good.
Yes, well, the drumming I thought was I liked the drum sound. That was good.
That's an 80s big.
I have to say that was shite. Yeah, I think I agree with you. Derek, oh Jesus, all is forgiven. Bring back fish. Right, let's get going. Let's get Grendel on. But yeah, that was not one of his best songs. Anyway, we hope you enjoyed that.
Someone must have. Yeah.
I'm sure. Well, the thing is, when he did the wee story at the start and he said what it was called, there was a big cheer. Yeah. So whether they were just being pleasant, not traditionally the way the Glasgow audience behaved, but yes, Dave, you can take your earplugs out now. Can I get it right? Can I get it right every week? There you go, Cheryl. She thought it was wonderful. There you go, excellent. So we can't please all the folk, but we should be pleased, Cheryl. Ian Banford's saying, and they say Phil Collins is shite. Yeah, he is shite, but that was bad. And did you notice, Fiona's saying they did cheer right enough? Did you notice the 3/4 of the way when he did a wee pause? It was almost like Cloud wanted to go, Ray, hoping it was over, you know, when they go to the next song. Oh dear. And Derek said it was a great show, but a very poor ending. Sorry, sir. We'll try harder, we promise. So thanks very much for tuning in to the show this week. Special thanks to the contributions that you've all made on the Facebook groups. Blowing me away. I just think the whole thing's brilliant. And it's I also, as I said earlier, I think what Andy's been doing with the merch has been terrific and has added a different level to the stuff we're doing. So I need to buy a couple actually for myself. Could you do a girl? No, I'm not.
Can I do what?
Could you do a girls' school one, please? I am joking. But that wasn't a bad gig. But there was nobody there. Anyway.
Yeah.
But anyway, thanks for your support, folks. As always, we're going to have our after show Zoom chat. And if I can find the captions, which I get wrong nearly every week, let's just have a wee look. No, can't find it. Right, that's good. Hang on, I need to put it on the screen. I've even got a template, Andy. You know, I really have got a template document with all the stuff on it, and every week I forget to put it onto the chat. It's just bonkers. So this is a permalink. I've just put it into the chat. Permalink means it never changes, and I can change it, but I've never changed it. So every week, this is the Zoom chat. Had a couple of new people joined us in the last few weeks.
I should make a Glasgow Polo glasgowpolo.com/Zoom. And
Could
you don't have to remember this. All you have to do is glasgowpolo.com/Zoom.
Can you edit that? Could I edit that? Could I? Because
No, I could do
could
it.
you? Right.
And it'll go to the site and then go. It'll
Oh,
redirect. So it's
good
easier to
idea.
remember.
Good idea.
Easier to remember.
Because you need to have a particular type of license to have such long shows. I think it cost me a couple £100 to get that license. So you kind of just share. Well, you can share it, I guess. But anyway, and then James, it's in the chat. You cheeky monkey. Put the link in the chat
Put it in for newbies. Yeah.
Any new people that are out there, I hope you've enjoyed the show. Everybody else, you get what you deserve. And we hope you enjoyed a bit of music, some memories and some mayhem. We will have a guest next week.
I'll put it in the Facebook chat, not the Restream chat.
All right, okay. That's a good idea. Someone asking, have you sold any Fish t-shirts yet? Fish never played the Apollo. He only played with Marillion when he was at the when he played the Apollo. Next week we have a guest, and great idea for Zoom, Andy. Yeah, I think as we need to get more folk on. Next week we're going to be joined by a chap who wasn't in a band, but nevertheless he is looking after some of the legacy, one of the greatest ever Apollo guys, and that was Bon Scott. John's going to join us from Bonfest. This is a festival that I've mentioned a few times that happens up in Kerry every year at the end of April, beginning of May. He's he won't be on for ages, but he's so into Bon Scott, and he particularly loves the album recorded at the Apollo. He asked if he could come on. Obviously he's going to give the show the thing a plug, but nevertheless it would be quite interesting because he's worked with Bon's family all over the world, and he's in the process of opening a new museum in Kerry that celebrates rock and roll, and he's very keen to include the Apollo and the stories that you've told us, folks, the images, the artifacts, all the stuff that we've done gathered in the show. So actually it's going to be quite special that he's we're going to be part of that. So I'm actually delighted that John's coming on. So he'll be on next week. I think he'll be on live, Andy. I don't think we'll be doing a pre-record, so you'll be able to have ask him questions as well. So that's next week. And then probably the next week we're going to try and have William on, the 3D guy, before we go on to some more of the bands. Got a few have confirmed now, so there are going to be some more performers on the show. I'll keep that to me and Andy at the moment, but there are some more hopefully coming on in the next few weeks. So thank you very much for tuning in, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. Andy, you all right? Enjoy that?
I'm all right, yes. Very well, thank you.
Good. And we shall see
not too many technical difficulties this week.
No, it's been quite smooth. So good night, everybody. We'll see you next week. Thanks for tuning in to Glasgow Polo Live. My name is Scott MacArthur.
And my name's Andy Muir.
And this is Mr. Muir singing us out.